Welcome to WesternSlopeNow.com. Meteorologist Russ Pappas here, looking off towards the east from America's Mattress Live Tower Cam. This is a pretty good view. It's a clear sky. There's a bit of a breeze. If you can see that windsock on top of the hospital there, just a bit of a breeze. But look at this. I just wanted to share this little color guide with you. The northern third of the western slope and portions of the divide and the Front Range, middle of September to the end of September. Now, only subtle differences, and we're already experiencing colors, so get to elevation and enjoy at your leisure, whether it's in a vehicle, a motorcycle, or you're going to spend some time hiking. Try to do so safely and be considerate, regardless of your mode of transportation. This is just a guide. Now, the peak does occur later, further to the south, but if you don't get to see those leaves by early October, they may be falling because we actually have a significant storm system that's going to be coming through around that time. So we'll see how that plays out. Nothing playing out right now on radar, rather quiet. Of course, you saw the blue skies earlier in that tower cam view. No surprise that the radar is quiet. We're currently under a ridge of high pressure. We also don't have smoke or haze in our atmosphere, and that's good. And we're going to continue this smoke-free, haze-free pattern through the end of the week, possibly even into the weekend as well. And then, of course, we have so much unsettled weather next week that we may not even have the opportunity to get smoke transported in. First and foremost, red flag warning for areas highlighted in red, pink, or whatever your digital device depicts. But the majority of that colored in locations, that's a red flag warning, noon Thursday to 7 p.m. Thursday. Now, portions in tan along the Front Range and into the Rampart Range, that's a fire weather watch. We will be under a fire weather watch on Friday, and that means we will likely get an upgrade to a red flag warning on Friday, and we may even experience gusty, breezy winds and dry conditions on Saturday as well. Saturday's kind of on the fence because we're still expecting to get storms bubbling up in the mountain zones, and I'll show that to you in a moment. But first, I just want to share with you this little temperature and wind profile. Primarily the brighter colors are the warmer temperatures, the darker colors, the blues, are the cooler temperatures. And we'll start to see an intrusion of those cooler temperatures for the middle of next week with our more significant pattern. But in the meantime, look around Phoenix and Albuquerque. Now, that's an area of high pressure. That's currently what we have developing, and that's going to get suppressed and kind of shoved down to the south and southeast as we progress into Thursday, because that area of low pressure in the Pacific Northwest is going to dip down and create that trough. You see that dip between Seattle, San Francisco, and Los Angeles. Now, you're also seeing the arrows. That is the wind barb, and you're showing the direction from and to. The point of the arrow is the direction the wind is heading into. So out of the southwest, courtesy of that trough of low pressure, and that's exactly what's shoving our high pressure system, shunting it, if you will, off towards the southeast. So this is why, A, we won't have smoke in our forecast, because there's just not as many wildfires in Southern California as there are in the Pacific Northwest. However, this is the reason why we have our red flag warning. These winds are going to be coming at us across the desert region, 25 to 35 miles per hour on Thursday. That's the red flag warned day. And you'll notice this pattern, this trough of low energy, doesn't move all that much into Friday. So we'll still maintain that southwest wind speed and the potential for red flag warnings on Friday. Now, the blue temperatures, the cooler air and the more significant colder air in the eastern Pacific up there in purple, that's going to start to migrate this weekend across the Pacific Northwest. And that'll even influence storms for us Saturday afternoon. So we could be looking at increasing clouds, not just Thursday and Friday afternoon, but also specifically Saturday afternoon. We're going to get some storms popping here and there, but mostly for the mountain zones. I really feel like most of us will be dry, but look what happened last Saturday. We did get a significant round of active weather coming through, bubbling through, if you will. So this trough of low pressure is opening up the window for that low pressure system and cold front to swing through, not just this weekend, because it's a series of them that's going to take. And we will be looking at the beginning of next week for that colder air to arrive and perhaps some unsettled conditions. Still holding out on Saturday, I should say Sunday morning, for some of those higher elevation peaks to get some snow, but certainly with that cooler air and any moisture that can survive across that intercontinental journey from the Pacific Northwest to the Colorado Rockies, any moisture would translate to snow in those higher elevations. So we go through Wednesday night, quiet, calm, clear, cool. Sun goes down about 7:20. Sunrise Wednesday morning, wait a second, Thursday morning, sunrise 6:50, sunset Wednesday 7:20, because it is September 15th. And so anyways, we look at Thursday afternoon as building in just some clouds. Really, we should remain dry. It's going to be about the dry and the windy conditions. And then getting into Friday, you see some of that circulation pushing in some storms into Utah. So it's not totally out of the question that we wouldn't get a storm or two around Routt County or Moffat County, and that's the northern and the northwestern corner of Colorado. That's not out of the question Friday afternoon, but I really feel like it's going to be, aside from a red flag warned day, a breezy, dry day, and another warm day as well. Average high temperatures this time of the year at Grand Junction should be in the lower 80s, 82. 72 is about average, or I'm sorry, 79 is about average for Montrose. Now, the current temperatures during the 4 o'clock hour, 4:15 specifically, are in the mid and upper 80s. These are not the official highs for the day, but I think they're going to be pretty close. Now, as far as winds go, again, 15 miles per hour, that has always been the norm, or our forecasted wind, and our top wind gusts, not storm associated, 25. So we're looking at 15 to 25, just like we've been all week. But we will bump up Thursday and Friday, and possibly even Saturday. So we'll see some stronger wind gusts and some stronger wind speeds as well. Temperatures start to slowly decline towards the end of the weekend. It'll take that weekend front coming through, that weekend shot of snow in the mountains and rain in the lower elevations to help lower those temperatures. And then we get into the middle of next week with that more significant system. It's showing dry, but we do have verification on cooler temperatures. So when we get into, and we're 7 days away, we're looking at September 22nd on the extended forecast, the first day of fall. Average high temperature for Grand Junction 79. So it is going to be beautiful, a beautiful fall day around the western slope a week from now. With that, let's take a look at Montrose. Remember, the average high temperature is about 79 this time of the year. We won't achieve those until after this weekend. So wrapping up the weekend, starting next week, and we will feel some wind with that significant cold front coming through in the middle of next week and those temperatures. But as of right now, most of the models are holding true to a dry forecast. I'm still optimistic. I still think we will get some moisture and we'll get some storms here and there, but mostly it'll be another round of high elevation mountain snow.